Hi there. So I just wanted to give you guys a short overview of the, should I say, final version of the front end. I know there's never like a final version of the front end because it's always evolving, and please don't be surprised or surprised when I suggest a few more, not a few more, one or two edits or whatever. Okay, but as you can see, the interface has changed just a little bit. There are just a new small additions here and there from the last time. So I spoke with Julian, and he said it would be best if I put in every single feature that I think they'll need, so that the back-end guys wouldn't have to go back and forth. And I think that's a very wise advice. So I edited the front end to the furthest extent possible. Okay, so this is the home page, and it looks almost as familiar as it was before. Just a few differences. You can see that on this version you don't see the edit or delete buttons here, because I've reserved that for the my activity. So to delete, okay, we are not going to edit as we discussed last time, but to delete any post you'd have to go to your activities corner to delete it. So that's no more there. Okay, you can also see a new addition, which is the title. As in, Donald Trump is the most prepared presidential candidate in history. That's the title, which we didn't have last time. Last time we only had this text here, and I decided to add a title because it would be important in generating interest. If someone sees the short title and sees that, oh yes, there's something on the participating, they would click the title or the text, and they would go to the debates page, the argument main page. You understand? So I think the title is a very important addition to have. You have the usual share to Facebook, share to Twitter, and I know the backend programmers will do a good job of that. Yeah, on the side here we have a little description of the website, which we didn't have at first. So we have a description of the website here, which I think is very necessary, because if you share the link with someone, right, and if you share the link with someone and the person arrives at the website, they might get disoriented because they've never experienced any platform like this before. But if you have a short statement, or I think there's a typo, it's not a big deal, it can easily be corrected. If you have there's a typo here anyway, but if you have a descriptive text here, the person will know what the website is about. So that's why I included that. I think it's on almost every single page. Now we have a sort here, so by default this main page will feature the most popular arguments of the day. So within each day, within each period of 24 hours, the argument that has the most cumulative votes, both negative or positive, would be the most popular. So that will be on top, and then the second most popular will be, so like arranged by most popular. So every 24 hours it's going to refresh. I mean, you get what I mean, every 24 hours. So the list will be refreshed every 24 hours. Now you can also choose to do most recent, that when you see every single post but in chronological order, the newest one on the top. If you refresh it, the newest one will keep being at the top, and I hope it's easy to understand. So no matter how many posts are new or how many posts are popular, we are going to use the infinite scroll, so you can keep scrolling to the very last one. Just keep going down. We're going to use the infinite scroll. Okay, now you can see on this description there's a link somewhere. Learn more. There's a link somewhere. That's the learn more page. It's going to have, after you guys are done programming, we're going to have a descriptive we're going to make a beautiful video to teach people how to use the website. I think videos do a far better job than just text. So we'll write a little text and we'll do a video, and that page will not require backend programming. It's just HTML, which I'll do, but I've not included it here because you have to be very careful on what you write. You have to be very specific on what you write. So that's just, it's very trivial. It has nothing to do with backend. So it's just a learn more page. It's an about page, so it's not necessary. Okay, now, and another page that we would have that I didn't include is also the contacts page. It also doesn't include any backend, so you don't have to care about that. And the content is the masthead. The masthead will just display, just like on the code of website, how you guys displayed various people and their duties. We'll have something like that. It will display all of our pictures and the contributions we made to the tsutsus platform. Okay, now you can see there are a few more additions to the toolbar. There's the home. When you click home, wherever you are in the software, you come back to the main page. There's the masthead contact I just explained. There's the Facebook login. You can see the Facebook sign. When you say sign in, it will just open Facebook. And most of the people we are targeting, most of the people who we hope who will use the site would definitely have like a Facebook account. So that's not, so you're going to use Facebook authentication only. And this is my activity. I'll explain more about my activity when we go to that page, but right now we just have to know that this number 24 reflects the new notifications that the user has. So in case, so you can only see the number 24 for your account if you are logged in. I hope we all use Facebook, so I hope that makes sense. If you are logged out, the number 24 will just disappear because no one is logged in, so we can't know what's happening. If you click on my activity whilst you're logged out, it will just take you to the it will just open the box where you can log in. Same as if you click any link that requires authentication, that requires you to be logged in, it will just open a form where you log in, then it will send you there later. I hope that is clear. We have the agree, disagree. So for this particular argument, this were the results, and the results always keep changing, but for now this was the result, and you know it's from this. So let's say this will be reflected here at all times. Yeah, so I hope that is clear. So now this is the new post. With the new post, I changed the color so that it could stand out, so that it wouldn't just be just another toolbar link. It's a special link because that's how people post a new argument. That's how people post a new argument. So when you click on new post, you come on this page. So as you can see, there are some changes. I included the title, argument statement, 3 tags, and the picture. So there isn't much to say about this page except that this upload image, as in you upload an image like this, which will describe the argument. Okay, so this image will be the Facebook profile picture, and this one will be the image you upload yourself, and it's optional. So as you can see here, add a picture that describes your post. Optional but cool. Yeah, we only do cool stuff. Okay, so all these ones are required. So you have I need you guys to find a way of preventing people from submitting if these 3 sections have not been filled. And I know sometimes there are way of bypassing that, like if you make like a space, HTML thinks you've actually typed something, so the person can submit even though they've actually not written anything. I would like if you guys could validate all these forms so that they cannot be submitted if there are no characters actually in it. So I think that's all for that page. And as we discussed last time, we would need the pictures to be proportional. So the width is always fixed. The width is at 100%, but I set the height. You can see the pictures are of different height. Like the height of this picture is different from this one, right? But I had to set them manually. But I know with the magic of programming, you guys could work something out so that the pictures can morph to look good. Like on Tumblr, I don't know if you know Tumblr. On Tumblr, all the pictures have a specific width but the height always merges to suit the page, so that the picture doesn't look horrible. So yeah, so I think that would be all for this page. I think so. So we have to the debate page. So only a few changes on this page. Only a few changes on this page. It's like we have the title. I put it there, which wasn't there at first. Yeah. So if someone gives you a link and you come here, it's like if you see the title, you know what the debate is about. So it's a big mistake that I didn't add the last time. So I'm glad I was able to make all these edits. So thank God for that. So the title, the text that actually states the argument, and agree, disagree. You can see the text areas are shorter, are smaller than at first. That's because when you open the text area and type and you submit, I want what you write to come down here immediately. You understand? So if the text block is long, they might not even see the thing drop down. But if it's short and however long they write, it's going to stay in the small box. So when they click submit, they'll see it drop down. And when it drops down, maybe you can give it give it like a yellow background for like 3 seconds, so that they know that that's a new post, and then the yellow background vanishes. I think Facebook does that. Like when you post something fresh, it shines a bit and then it goes back to normal. Okay, we'll see how that works. We have the usual Facebook, Twitter sharing, Facebook, Twitter sharing, and now I changed the word from like to vote. So with that, it's more official and it suits the nature of what we are building. Like you vote instead of like, so it's no more trivial. Like is very trivial. It's like on Facebook, someone posts a stupid picture and you can just like it, but this one you vote, so it's more like it requires more and it means more. You're voting instead of liking. So this is the name of the person who wrote the comment, the votes, and then the power to reply and you share. Yeah, so I spoke to Julian about this, but so the replies, as we discussed, would be arranged with the newest one on top for each comment. The comments will be arranged with the one with the highest vote on top. So this one has 45 votes, so it means it has the highest vote. It will be on top. The next comment under agree would have fewer votes, or maybe equal or fewer votes than this one. I hope that is clear. So, and same for the disagree, but the percentage will be derived by, so we'll calculate all the votes on this side and all the votes on this side, and that will determine the percentage. So the percentage of this one of the other here. So the sum of all votes on agree side, sum of all votes on disagree side, and then we see we strike a percentage of it, and that's how we'll find it. Yes, we are no more taking votes on the replies, because like we want to make reply like, let's say, the neutral ground that everything is polarized. You're either agreeing or disagreeing, but with reply you can just relax and just free your mind whether you agree or not. We want the reply to be the neutral ground. And secondly, it will be very difficult to count the vote on a reply, because what if the person agrees? What if the person disagrees? Do we count it for the same side it's on? That's always tricky. You understand? So the reply is just a way of expressing yourself. It doesn't count towards the final score. The final score is just accumulation of votes on each side, as I just explained. Okay, now I've decided all arguments, replies, and comments would have a maximum of 250 words. And 250 words, that I think this block right here is about 220 or so, about 200 and something. So I made 250. It's kind of long, but not too long. But the great thing is that if you give a limit, most people do not even go near the limit. So it's good to have a limit that is a bit long, but the good news is that most people are not gonna like try to exceed it. So that's good. You can see a link to the user's profile. That will go to the users. I'll explain that. You can see the familiar text explaining what tsutsus is and what it does. You can also sort by most popular or recent. By default, every debate page is ranked by most popular or most relevant. That's by default. When it comes to the page, that is what shows. But you can change it to most recent if you feel like you want to give people that option. And now here we have the popular arguments. There are 3 links here, and newest arguments, there are 3 links here. So what I want to do is that after someone has interacted with this argument right here, we don't want them to just leave the site. So how do we keep them on the site for a continued existence? And so you ask yourself, how does Twitter do it? How does Facebook do it? How does Quora do it? They do it by putting links on the side to other similar content. So on the side, if you have other popular arguments, say 1, 2, 3, here will be the titles of the argument. So title meaning this text here, Donald Trump is the most, yeah. So that text of the 3 most popular arguments of the day will be here. So after they interact with this, then they'll click this and also check what that's about. We just want them to always keep clicking. So we have the 3 most popular arguments of the day, but we don't just stop there. We also give them the 3 newest arguments of the day, so that it wouldn't just be the most popular, also be new ones. They'll check out new users, new ideas, everything. So we want to just keep them clicking. In the future, I would have categories. When we have more users and we actually finally see how people use the website, then we can categorize the posts because we know what they are interested in. Right now, we don't want to create categories because we might end up creating categories that people end up not using. So let them start using it, then we can categorize. Thank you very much. So here, so one cool thing about this page is that it's just full of text, and text loads in the blink of an eye. Text loads very, very, very fast. So on this page, what I want to do is that when the page loads, every single comment and every single reply and every single thing that has ever been submitted on this page, everything just displays like one time, boom. No need for infinite scrolling or everything just shows up. Because text is really lightweight, it's not heavy, so everything just drops down. It's not going to affect people's bandwidth. It's not like a page of 1 million pictures. No, everything here is text, so it's all just going to load one time. So that's how I want us to do it. And last time, if you can't remember, I said that if I am logged in and I have ever commented on this argument, I would like my arguments to be on top of wherever they are. If they are on agree side, they should be on top so that I'll see mine on top. I don't want to go all the way down to look for mine. But if I log out, the page will be normal again, most popular ones on top. Even when I'm logged in, mine will be on top, but right after that, then the page assumes normal ranking again. I hope that is clear. Okay, is that all on this page? Okay, so now the search page. So you can search, the toolbar is similar on every single page on the app. So you can search for anything. So once you search, you come here. Once you search for, let's say, food, enter, you come here and it's like the search term food generated blah 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 number of results. And I hope that's very straightforward to understand. Now we can search through 2 things. At first, we agreed to search through just the arguments, like in this case. But I also thought that it would be very important to search for user profiles. So you can see, you can sort the search by argument or user profile. So the argument will look like this, and then the keyword, if this contained food in either the title, the text, or one of the tags, the food will be highlighted in, let's say, yellow, or if you think another color is more fitting, the food, that text will be highlighted. You get it? And when you sort by user profiles, then it comes in the format like this. So the name of the person, the text, user profile, and click the name link to view. So this would what the user profiles would look like. So this is search term. So if nothing shows up, there'll be the search term blah 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 generated 0 results. Just as simple as that. And same here, we have the text for tsutsus, we have the popular arguments links, the new arguments links, we have all that, just like on every single page. Okay, now on this page I have a lot of explaining to do. So this John Derry, I should have written Julian Derry, but anyway, John Derry's post. So this would be, let's say, John Derry's page, and it will be located at tsutsus.com/John Derry. That's if there's one John Derry. If there's two John Derrys, that'll be like John Derry. That second one will be like John Derry 2, or like, you get what I mean. You want to give them sort of like an address that they can share the link that, oh, if you go to this link, like you see my profile on tsutsus. So this page, the my activity page, so it's called, will serve two purposes more or less. So like how, let's say you're on the main page and you see a beautiful argument, you're like, oh, who is the genius who wrote this? This will be the genius's name. When you click his name, whether you're signed in or not, you go to his page where you see only posts made by him. So you can filter, see only arguments made by him, only comments made by him, only replies made by him. You see all that. But if the person himself is signed in, he can come to this page, and when he's on this page, he will also see the same thing concerning himself, but there'll be additional things that the general public can see that only him can see. For example, he can see a delete button because it's his post and he's the only one who can delete it, so he can see delete buttons. He can see delete buttons on his reply, on his comment. He can see a delete button. He can see that there are 5 new comments, and he can see that there are 5 new comments, 5 new votes on his argument and comments respectively. And he would want to come to this page after seeing a red number here. So when you're on another page and you see that, oh, the number is 24, wow, you have 24 notifications. When you click it and come there, you see that, oh, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. That's actually 15, forgive me. So that'll be like 15. So I hope you get the idea. That'll be like 15. That'll be 15 notifications, more or less. So yeah, so that's it. So when you visit this one, when you visit, let's say, this link, the notifications will reduce by 5, because you just like Facebook, when you click here, this number will reduce because you've already visited it, so it doesn't have to ask you to check your notifications there. So the number will reduce by 5, and if you visit this ones too, the number will reduce by how many it has to reduce. And if both are on the same page, then it will just vanish altogether. So I would want that if the number is 0, it doesn't show at all, so that when there's red, you're like, that's good news, like you have notifications. If it's no notifications, then the red thing doesn't show at all. When one notification, the number 1 comes in red at the top here. Yeah, and we have the text and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll just edit this text. It's not a big deal. It's just copywriting. Who cares, right? Okay, so is this all? Okay, so I told you this will be 250, a limit of 250, 250, 250. The word limit of this would be, mind you, 250 words, not characters. 250 words here. Limit 250 words. Yeah. So here, 250, limit of 250 words. Okay, here will be a limit of 25 words, so that it will be very short like here. So this one will just give you an idea of what the thing is about. So it will be a limit of 25 words. So I think we have a solid app right now, and we'll have more learning to do once we start using it. And if I ever have like a tiny suggestion to improve the front end, I'd like you guys to indulge me and pardon my stubbornness. Is that the word to use? Anyway, yeah. So I would like Code Off to get. I went to your website and it seems you have really good designers. Alan, I think you're one of the designers. I'd like a really cool like logo, and my idea of a cool logo is like an animal, like a mascot, kind of like a hamster or a rat, something cartoonish, something really cool, something you can see on a t-shirt more or less. So something like that, yeah. Okay, now about search engine optimization. I think tsutsus is not like a word people usually use in their life. So once we are online, we're going to dominate Google, because like the traffic we'll be bringing to the site will put our website right on the very top. Like I googled Code Off and I couldn't find it in the search engine. Yeah, so because code and off are dictionary words which are very popular. But tsutsus is just a unique word, so we're going to dominate the search engine. But speaking to the back-end programmers now, I wonder how you can do it for every single argument to kind of like have its own page. Like when you search for Donald Trump is the most prepared presidential candidate in history, like when you Google that, Google display a result for this page specifically, so that not only like tsutsus.com being Google, but every single page that we generate, every single argument page, even if we have 10,000 arguments, but they will all be indexed by Google, so that will dominate it that way. I don't know if you guys have any experience with search engine optimization, but we need to keep that in mind when we are building this. And also, as I said last time, we need to build a very flexible architecture, so that if we have to scale, if we have to add new features, if we have to accommodate 10,000 more users than we expected, we'll be able to do that. We don't want a situation where when we're about to add a new like in the future we might want to add follow and unfollow. You understand? So we don't want that. When we want to build that, we have to tear the whole site down. By then we'll have some users, so we don't want to destroy the whole site and sack all of them, add the feature and then ask them to come again. We don't want that. Once it goes online, we want to be able to just edit like every time we need to. Yes, so like I'm imploring the good work from you guys, and I'm very grateful and I feel honored to work with you. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Thanks a lot. I think I went through every single fucking page. Okay, thank you.